You are watching Liberty Online TV. You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Princess Pias.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mohamed Kamara.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mariatu Sheriff.
Inside this program, we go look at plenty things them we happen in the salon throughout the week.
Things like politics, sports, courts, the environment, disability, woman and girl picking them business, and plenty other issues them.
So, stay tuned. Now we Liberty Facebook page and self YouTube channel and all that social media platform them for they watch the Liberty Review where they come to you every Saturday from 6 to 7 o'clock na net. Also you go get all you views them but still them where they happen.
The Liberty
Review.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Princess Pias.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mohamed Kamara.
This na the Liberty Review with me, Mariatu Sheriff.
Inside this program, we go look at plenty things them we happen in the salon throughout the week.
Things like politics, sports, courts, the environment, disability, woman and girl picking them business, and plenty other issues them.
So, stay tuned. Now we Liberty Facebook page and self YouTube channel and all that social media platform them for they watch the Liberty Review where they come to you every Saturday from 6 to 7 o'clock na net. Also you go get all you views them but still them where they happen.
The Liberty
Review.
Talk about plenty things that will happen inside the week, and today with me for can unfold the plenty things that will happen inside the week. For the very first time at the Liberty Review, I get with me Prince Tommy Williams, who happen for be the director of Lifeline Nehemiah project. Of course, he with me today at the studio for can unpack plenty issues that will happen inside the week. Good evening and welcome to the very first time inside the Liberty Review.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
All right, that's now the voice of Prince Tommy Williams, the director of Lifeline Nehemiah project. Of course, as I say earlier, he with me today at the studio for can help me talk on things that will happen inside the week. But for start with, let's go on a quick one. Let me guess we cut update.
Wednesday, August 28th, the matter between one Abdul Pakar and the state been come up na the magistrate court number 2 before magistrate Santigi Bangura for where the state alleged say he been kill one Sia Fatu Kamara. Abdul Pakar the tinap na court on one count charge we get to do with murder contrary to section 1 of the Offences Against the Persons Act of 1861. According to the particulars of offense na that, Tuesday, August 13 this year, na off Peninsula Road na Godrich, he been kill Sia Fatu Kamara. The lawyer them where they represent the state pan this case na CSP Juan Bull and Yusuf Isaac Sise. Na 18 lawyers them they represent the accused, Abdul Pakar pan this case. And then lawyer yana, Eti Kouma, A Kamanda, MB Bangura, B. Etengbe, J. Cole, D. Mansare, D. Koroma, A. Sise, S. Kamara, A. Tula, F. Mbawo, and other one them. The lead prosecutor upon this case na CSP Juan Bull. Where he give his submission, he asked the magistrate for give short adjournment date for make them able look into the case file proper one and put the evidence and witness them together. The lead defense counsel, Eti Koroma, where he give in submission, a first start for sending condolence to the bereaved family on behalf of the defense counsel and say, in as much people they bereave, the disease here in death, dem for also know say the accused sef na mortal man and in future e say dey at stake. As e say, the social media discussion on in topic dey affect the accused in mental health. This be make the lead state council, CSP Joan Bull, be object on this and say make them concentrate on the matter na court and forget about the outside world and social media. Some arguments been then a court between the state council and the defense council. After some time, the magistrate been put the court to order and say the accused innocent before the court until proven guilty. But say the court no dey on this matter on public perception. E say na the journalists them get the responsibility for update the public on this matter and say the journalists themselves for do a professional one and be mindful in the manner in which they report this matter. Magistrate Santigi Bangura been adjourn this case to Wednesday, September 4 this year. Liberty Online TV go continue for bring una update on wetin dey happen na court pan this case. So till that same day, for Liberty Online TV, me na Mariatu Sheriff.
Alright, if you just tune in, remember say the program where you listen and watch, now the Liberty Review where they can tell you live, now the Liberty Online Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and website where they're powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And don't forget to me to bring come this edition of the program, me na David Yankee, and still with me at the studio, I get Prince Tommy Williams, who happen to be the director of Lifeline Nehemiah project with me today at the studio for can help me for unpack the issues them we lined up today at the studio. And of course, we got plenty things that we go for can discuss about. But the first one we go for take now the domestic violence against women and girl picking them. Being the fact, Prince Williams, being the fact, you know, one of the people that we don't push and advocate for domestic violence against women and girl picking them as alone. Firstly, a lot of time in the way we see domestic violence against women and girl picking and not the happen as alone. But one for no, what you take on the violence issues that we don't happen over the year inside the recent this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to first start by saying thank you so much because for now we're able to come together and talk about these particular unfortunate situations that don't happen in our country. Now, high level of courage. Okay. Yeah. But I want to lay kind of the foundation where other people then will say the premise of this way we they see like kind of byproduct of something which can happen inside families, because when you talk of domestic violence, it's not just inside the married home, it's not just between the man and the woman. It can start within families, and even inside that family where we picking a young one, then they expose parents and they expose them to violence. Yeah. Cut across now, they're small picking and they then brain can don't take them kind of violence activities, then they when they grow up, then they take and say as a way of life, now something we just commonly acceptable in our society. While other families then they ensure say them get the balance. If even them vex because motorman any kind of way you can where somebody hurts you, you vex. But I think we're at a point now where we go for begin the check ourselves. Now this kind of life we want for continue for see. Inside 1 month, we see the kind of violence where they take place among, I mean, you can imagine somebody where you go say, I love. Yeah. So motorman gets one thing where then they call the neurons. Now then they make the decision. Then they make up to 15 to 18,000 decisions as normal man, where we say in 5 senses correct. And they make up to 15 to 18,000 decisions. But then decisions then now waiting they see most times, waiting they engage in, now they inform the way they think, the way they act, the way they respond to things. So I want to believe say domestic violence now something we can get a root cause now society, and that is waiting we go for focus at rather than we focus at some of the branches what they see today, the byproduct what they see today. Now something we don't build up over time. Love don't already they like excuse when our violence they take place acceptable in society. So for me, I totally condemn that, and even who side with the work and so communities who they work with the engaged community people, empower them with the right information for let them know say whatsoever big person they do today, they picking the way they around and they learn from that. And if we no want foresee violence they in the increase in the next 15, 20 years, in the next 5 years, now we the big one then go for begin to teach the young one them, waiting them can do. And by example, not to just word, not to talk with the talk. Now salon we don't see where like somebody they embark on waiting we call this same violence. Like inside mind, the defender back say it's something we normal in our society. No. So room not for day for that in we own very society. We are decent people and we go for really protect. We own them where we deal with family and neighbors. I think for me, now that way I look at I'm going forward. Rather than we just discuss the issue, let's be intentional going forward.
All right, a lot of people don't condemn the acts of domestic violence against women and girl picking them. But then you made mention of a root cause. What do you think say now the actual cause of people or the actual reason make people they perpetrate domestic violence against women and girl picking them?
So yeah, I think back to the foundation we are lay, family culture. We got to come back to healthy family culture. Yeah, parents and go for really, I mean, with all due respect, but now God-given responsibility for let parents be responsible for the young one them, and that simply means not to all thing where you feel say yes your body wants. It can be wrong, but is it right in front of the picking them? What will they teach with picking them? What will they teach with your young one and the youth them? I think. Well, let we go back. I can remember when we be small with the year way sometimes aged one that can say, yeah, me I they take this no more because of me picking them. I they take this, I they suffer for this thing because of me picking them. I want let me picking them. That statement and then now I don't grow up now begin to realize it wasn't this where people where like they not go up to degree level, go to university. But now I don't grow up now begin to understand the importance of healthy family culture. Certain things and the way they do within the family, they picking the land from there. So I don't care if that person they go get PhD or masters in whatsoever studies, but waiting it don't learn over time, they become a pattern in lifestyle. So if they find out for say you get degree holders, their lifestyle not really worth it in society. So they're not picking enough for emulate then kind of people and they can get the book knowledge, but their lifestyle because of waiting they learn over time. And they don't get the balance, they don't checkmate the way that they live their life publicly, now home, they don't get that balance there. So it don't become something where acceptable that you can do anything no more now, teach the picking and teach youth them, anything where you want for teach them is acceptable. So I think we got to be mindful from the home. Parents then go for really begin to take that responsibility there because that's God-given responsibility. Not to governments they say now you go take family and establish your family. No, now you decide say I want to establish a family. Now your God-given responsibility where you don't get picking for ensure say teach them the morals and the morals then I think we'll go for start from there because they help the person for think again. Wait I no one let them do to me. I not go and do unto another person. And those kind of things where we're able for balance them, we can look even when you want to hurt somebody, where somebody they shout, even for bully somebody in our school, it's another form of violence where sometimes people can laugh, then they bully somebody, then they laugh. It's another form of violence. All them things here, I think we go forget family values and improve in a moral standard as we they interact with one another.
The organization done the work immensely for like ensure say we eradicate domestic violence against women and girl picking. But then first they tell we how you go able to ensure say you do public education on domestic violence, especially on girl picking and women in society.
So I think some of them conversations that they get, it's all part of the package, because even right now when they talk between me and you two, third party, Goyeri, I think. But also that small group, where they engage small group young people, small group community, within the community they engage people, I think then they also they create better impact. And going forward, I think we go for constantly not just they say things, but always choose for leave then things and they win at the right things and what they say. Not to just for talk that you do contrary to what they say or different thing to what they say. So Community engagement, we will continue with that. Small group youth engagement, we will continue with that. The media engagement, like how they do so, continue for engage the public. And then issues there, we will continue for do them things in there.
All right, remember, say if you just tune in, the program is still listening and watch. Now the Liberty Review, the country life, now the Liberty Online Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and website, where powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And me will bring come this edition of the program to you, me and the Villian KCC. And remember, say still with me in the studio, I get Priest Tommy Williams, who happen to be the director of Lifeline Nehemiah Project. Of course, they're with me today in the studio for unpack the issues that we line up today in the studio. But quick one. Like we join Alassane Kourouma because the Joint Marine Committee don't conduct one-day study together with Office of the National Security for look inside issues them now the maritime sector for sake of the plenty corporate governments done the loss. We reporter Alassane Kourouma be the part of this and gonna report.
Saturday, August 24 this year, the Joint Maritime Committee been hold a study day for look inside the plenty thing them where don't they happen at the marine sector. This study will help make people within the marine sector give idea for see how the nation will benefit from the water outside boats then they pass. The Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Duba, been delivered a keynote address also a talk about the 80 billion loans where the ministry they raise as revenue to government. But the ministry still struggle with finance for carry on the work.
We have raised so far about 80 billion loans for this country, and we need to raise more. So please, wherever you are in a little corner, please advocate for the Ministry of Fisheries because we can do more. Everybody is pulling all these figures that we can raise over 50 million. Yes, we can, but we don't have the resources. If we have the resources, definitely we'll raise more than even 50 billion. So we are all here really as our brothers and sisters keeper. Please keep the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources in mind. And by the way, this is my reading glasses, it's not just for me to be.
Kathleen Reed, where they in charge of affairs, now the British High Commission, talk about the challenge where the maritime they face now the sea.
We fully recognise the significant challenges faced by the JMC, and these shouldn't be underestimated. We've heard lots of that already this morning, a huge range of challenges, and huge kudos for all of you for giving up your weekend to come together today to try and look at those challenges and find a way forward. Illegal fishing, criminality at sea, environmental degradation, smuggling of illicit commodities, including narcotics and timber, and people trafficking are just some of the challenges.
The Inspector General of Police, William Fayasello, talk about how we Guinean neighbor them. They come fishing now with water, where the maritime need for take this into consideration.
Recently, we've seen movement of drugs, and equally disturbing is the fact that we've seen a lot of poaching, especially from our Guinean neighbors. Of course, we have a lot of that one in the Suriname axis. Boats coming from Uganda to come out to fish on our territorial waters. Sierra is giving. We are blessed to have a continental shelf that's very long, and it's an abundant shelf that fish breed. So if we don't protect that particular resource we have, it's going to be depleted without the country benefiting anything.
Emmanuel B.A. Lansana, Deputy Executive Director, Sierra Leone Maritime Administration, talk about the security of the nation, where the maritime need for take important.
As a nation, we are still struggling to project a robust presence at sea and obtain a real-time maritime picture. It is against this backdrop that the SLMA aligns wholeheartedly with the objectives of this study day today. We recognize that the SLMA cannot overcome and, of course, address all these daunting tasks all alone.
Major General Alpha, now the Joint Force Commander, now AXLAF, been assured the public of the full commitment for protect the water of Salone.
But quickly, let me just start by reflecting on the very concept of the Joint Maritime Committee, which was a body that was constituted by the government of Sierra Leone in 2006. Each of our objective was to actually ensure that we have effective governance, safety, and security of our waters. This was the idea to bring on board relevant agencies to work together and provide effective control of our coastline and collective maritime security has been fundamental to national security and by extension to the Gulf of Guinea.
The chairman ended up foresee the importance of the maritime security, na thing where people for take importance as in they play a key role for the safetyness of this nation and as well protect with natural resources. For Liberty Online TV,
Alright, we'll continue. Remember, still with me at the studio. I get Prince Tommy Williams, who happen to be the director of Lifeline Nehemiah Project. And with me today in the studio for unpack the issues where we lined up in the studio. And of course, we don't talk about plenty things there, especially the domestic violence against women and girl picking and where that happen. Continue to stay with me. The program where they listen and watch now the Liberty Review, where they come to you live now the Liberty Online Television, and with Facebook, YouTube, and we website to the powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And remember, same way we bring this edition of the program to you. Me na David Yankees say you same way so can get the chance and opportunity for add the voice na the conversation by where you go comment na the comment section as the program they continue. We come to you back, Prince Williams. A lot of times in the way people we can tend for violate woman and girl picking rights in the country, but society can tend for compromise issues. But when the fact say when I don't kick for then kind of batin in the how you can look at people of such nature.
For me, I get two ways working for working watch people where they try for negotiate or compromise with issues where can directly affect picking them way related to violence. So like many of the deprived communities where they work, we find out sometimes the victim, the one even way they suffer the pain, then they even back they shun them from the community. Sometimes depending on the village, some villages then they are 9 houses, some then are 15 houses. So it's very easy for let them come together and form that coalition or decision where sometimes the chief then go just make the one decision or the family influence. We can engage them or can tell them either a lack of knowledge, because one of the things we can tell them now that picking will not they treat so nango for be like kuna tomorrow na this community. In other words, nango be big woman tomorrow or nango be big man tomorrow. So where it be big woman tomorrow, how una go let him back they behave? What una they do today for save this community? Or una just okay with the way the community they go on so we don't they empower a lot of communities, and some people that literally not just like traditional belief where they just they see them kind of thing and they happen in with them in the 40 years ago, 30 years ago, then just accept that now as a way of life. But until you get people and make where they engage them, teach them, say no, this is not correct. So inside their mind, then they take and say, sometimes it's discipline, but when discipline different from punishment inside the family, because you get the family, you get domestic violence. Violence, they happen inside the family, they happen back inside the marriage, where sometimes the man can bully the woman. And then issues then again from a pastoral point of view, we can try also because me also they serve in that capacity. We also can engage the man or sometimes the woman for let her understand the importance of the two coming together, not to social club, not to contract. When they come together with a clear vision, when they go. So sometimes they can go off track. But we they against totally in whatsoever form or shape where violence they come on. We they condemn that at all levels. But also it's important for the educate people, let them know the benefits, where they avoid violence, they get benefits. And sometimes even the exposure of young people, youth them into violence as well. It can also in that development in our community. But this we are talking about domestic violence in this case. Then can learn also, the young people can learn from a different stages. So holistically when we look at them, I think we'll go for be intentional this time around, going forward. Let us not just talk the talk, we not try to do something about it. Let's do something. Let's be intentional, take steps. So for we, the steps that we don't take, we go to village them, with community where they will see things. Would I really do this thing? Would they follow the matter? One, see how this matter they resolve. And sometimes we also get family we can try for influence the issue. They try for go, if not the law one kind side, they try for influence. We can follow the matter then they and say the Peking need for get justice, depending on the case, it need for get justice, and the right people then they will actually get the right or the know-how for able to interpret. But just for violence from all shape or form, in order to help for promote development inside the family, inside the community, inside the nation, in order to promote development at all in that development.
All right, like I say, we get a lot of things that we'll go for can discuss both, and one of which we'll go for can discuss both now the budget hearing where they go on and the Minister of Finance. But then quick one, and as much as on another do follow up in those cases, then there's some partner salon, yeah. But then tell me, what think can be the outcome of those cases when I can do follow up on?
Well, sometimes they can totally then they isolate even the victim. That's the sorriest part of this whole thing. Sometimes the victim, now them back, then they suppress the victim to the point that then get this saying, no evidence, no case. And sometimes the victim then they end up for suffer again. And that's the thing where they try for really say no. Because you get certain things where they do to Peking, where they don't face violence in our community. At the end of the day, psychologically, it go deal with them sometimes 1 year, 2 years, as the case may be. If you not go without the counsel them psychosocially, if you provide that support, they're not able to overcome that particular thing. When I go down, mass the thing, bury the thing under the carpet, but that picking they suffer for something where like it will affect them, and but time go the way it don't big, they talk back. So why would I not try for address them correctly? Let the matter, the one we do the thing, let not say it's wrong. And that is somewhere where sometimes even religious people are going for use this opportunity for say, we have to look at waiting they please God. Yeah? Waiting, what they tonight before people and they preach to people be it now the mosques, now the church, waiting God no like. Lord we no go tina back, they promote that in the community. Sometimes because in some villages and they go call this now the religious leader, we can't talk. Yes, you get the respect, people then go give that respect, but wait till you know and let them do to young Peking. Let them not do to other man young Peking because they can't talk to you, go support. No. Let we condemn what is wrong. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's wrong, there is no way they do them long term. Sometimes you go to old now say that Peking go say now that pastor, now that imam, now way they been do this to me, now been go try for talk to me family. It left my mind. So let we try for do the right thing today for save the next generation.
All right, please, Tommy Williams, continue for still with we, because the 2025 budget discussion for government, ministries, departments, and agency, they go on now at the Minister of Finance. But quick one, let we go and studio 2 and see what they get for we.
This being term, the Ministry of Finance, together with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, starts the budget discussion for government ministries, departments, and agency them. For know about how they use the couple where government begin them last year. And for same way so talk about the couple we MDAs the need for 2025 for do them wo, as way for support government development plan. Inside the Monday, August 26th session of the budget discussion na the Ministry of Finance, where able to talk, the Director General na the Sierra Leone Local Content Agency, Fodeba Dabo, explain about how the agency used the couple where government begin them last year.
In 2024, on the review, we have completed the audit of 4 major companies like the Sombad Bioenergy, the agribusiness sector, the Suma Group, the new airport, which is critical. Then we also did FG Gold in the mining sector and Nile Forestry in the agribusiness sector as well. Of course, now, as a result of our intervention, I just mentioned the Suma Group. When we went there, we realized there was no local dish within the VIP lounge. We said, no, that is unacceptable. as it is happening elsewhere across not only Africa but the globe. There's no justification why somebody traveling through VIP business class cannot eat our potato leaf or cassava leaf. I'm pleased to report, as a result of our intervention, now through that VIP lounge, they have instituted our local dish within their menu at the airport. As a result of our intervention again within the mining sector, I'm also pleased to report that Royal Global Sierra Leone Limited, a local indigenous company here in Sierra Leone, have been awarded by Leoroc Metal Group the first ever blasting and drilling operation contract here in Sierra Leone. So we don't take no for an answer. We continue to do our work to ensure that we plug Sierra Leonean businesses in the supply chain of the resources that we have in this country.
For the bad double, same way to explain, but some of the challenge them where the agency they get for do their work.
Our manpower still continue to pose challenge. Local contents, as you know, are worked out across every sector of the economy of Sierra Leone. So that tells you our manpower without lookout means should be the hundreds, but we are still with steady progress, and I cannot thank the Ministry of Finance enough, for every year where I must commend that year in, year out, they have been supporting the agency to grow on our manpower. But yes, because we are a compliance regulatory agency, we want our presence to be felt all across this country. So our manpower still continue to pose a challenge. Our annual allocations, why not thank the Minister of Finance again? I remember when I came in, I'm not new to this role. This is my 6th year. I came in 2018. Our allocation was nothing to write home about, but steadily, because of what local content have been doing, I must commend the leadership of the Ministry of Finance that year in, year out, though we are still not quite here yet, but we've been getting some boost in terms of our allocation, even though the challenge here is timely disbursement, and as well as we're still averaging on average 60% of our total allocation within a given year.
Inside in talk, the finance officer na the Sierra Leone Local Content Agency, Augusta Bangura, talk about the total budget where the agency need for doing their work, and so they challenge them where the agency want for address.
We also have procurement and supply market development program, and for it we have 5 activities for which we are requesting a total of 1,004,525 units. Skills development activities, skills development program for which we have 4 key activities, and for that we're requesting 330,576 units. Communication and outreach, we will be implementing 3 key activities in this program, totaling 657,720. And of course, administration. For administration and operation costs, due to the new staff that the Ministry of Finance have approved and that we have recruited, we are requesting for a total of 4,602,240 bills. So for 2025, the total cost of implementing our programs and activities is 7,204,061 bills.
Augusta Bangura end up say, if government approve them budget, then go ensure say them monitor and create the awareness about salon local content na all factories, supermarkets and company them all over the country. For Liberty Online TV, this BNTM, The Ministry of Finance, together with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, starts the budget discussion for government ministries, departments and agency them for know about how they use the copper where government begin them last year, and for same also talk about the budget where MDAs they need for 2025 for do them work, as way for support government development plan inside the Tuesday, August 27th session of the budget discussion na the Ministry of Finance. Statistics Salon, when a national institution, we're responsible for collect, compile, analyze, and disseminate officials and other statistics. Be present the strategic plan for 2025 financial year. The Deputy Statistics General, Lansana Kane, explained about how they use the copper where government begin them last year.
We have a draft of the thematic reports now. We've written all the reports, about 16 modular reports for census. 16 modular reports. So we've done all of those ones. They are now in draft form for publication. And then we have done CPI from January to July. It's up to date. If you go to our website, it's there. We have also rebased the GDP, where we are able to know that the economy has grown by 56.4%. Initially, we were using the SNE 93, which is long outdated, and now we are using SNE 2008, which is also outdated, but that's what is available now and we are using.
Lansana Kane, same way to explain, but the challenge within the get for do them work.
Of course, I know this is everybody's cry, the late and inadequate disbursement of funds. The lack of conducive working environment, but World Bank is taking action on that now. They're helping us with the building and the equipment. And then, but the one that is perennial is really the low salary. This is difficult for us, and we are losing staff because of this. We keep losing staff. After we train them, they go. IT is very expensive, and IT is a highly sought after resource. So when we train staff to be able to develop the copy, to be able to develop software, to be able to do all of those jobs, NACSA will just take them and pay them whatever amount they want to pay them, and we lose them. Then we take another person anew and start building their capacity again to be able to do programming, to play with the Power BIs, to play with the Pythons and all of that. Once he or she sees an opening, and it's gone.
Waiting at the key area them where the agency want for address by next year, Lansana Kane explained.
The outstanding activities for this year, what we intend to do between August, now we say September to December. We have to continue the compilation of the CPI, the estimation of the GDP. We have to complete the report writing and dissemination for the midterm population and housing census. And the key one is the commencement of the 2025 decennial census.
As we for address the challenge here, waiting at the total budget with statistics alone need, Lansana Kane beget this for say.
This is what we need. 851 million in total. 216 million will be coming from partners, mainly the ISWA project, and then the other one will be coming from government, which includes our salary, the recurrent budget, and the PIP. That PIP is for census and for labor force survey. Just two items, census and labor force survey.
Lansana Kane end up say if government approve them budget, then go ensure say they introduce new Statistics Salon Act, conduct the 2025 population and housing census, and also rehabilitate the head office na Freetown and the district office them, among plenty other things them. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mohamed Kamara, the reports.
Alright, if you just tune in, remember say the program is still listening to watch. Now the Liberty Review, you can see live at the Liberty Online Television, now with Facebook, YouTube, and our website will be powered by Orange Sierra Leone. And me will bring come this edition of the program in the video and KCC. And don't forget to the Liberty Review. Now program will look at plenty things that will happen inside the week. And still with me in the studio, I get Prince Tommy Williams, who happen for being the director of Lifeline Nehemiah Project. And of course, It with me today in the studio for can help me talk about the plenty issues we line up at the studio. Like I say, we get plenty in there for discuss today. One of which we don't discuss now the domestic violence against women and girl picking, and one other one we go for can discuss about the budget here in way to go on now the Minister of Finance. We of course be there on Friday this year. And let me come back to the studio guest, Prince Williams. A lot of things in the way. Of course, you don't listen to reports. Ministries, department, and agency, they don't explain to government, they don't explain to the Minister of Finance how they do them work, how they do them, well, how they use money, where government give them. And again, the raise challenge say that the government, they do late funding where this don't affect the work. But then being the fact, well, we are all citizens, yeah? In your honest opinion, do you think this is a plus or minus for this government?
I don't know if I understand your question accurately, but I'll go attempt for answer. In terms of running a state, the one that we know it's our governance they run, the government gets huge responsibility when it comes to especially taking care of the people. And ministries then they under the government in watch, where they're responsible for ensure people are well taken care of. So the ministries then I want for believe say now them don't begin to put then activities together, because the activities now they inform the money where then they ask for, where they inform budget at the end of the day. Well, I think for now the danger now that if we they ask, let's say Ministry of Education, for example, they ask for 10 million, then government forgive something out of that 10 million, government they give 5 million, then sometimes other donor partners or development partners then forgive 5 million. That means it go 10 million. So half of their activities then they forgo on at the Ministry of Education. It means it depends if the donor then give the money. What they even that other 5%, if government able for raise money locally, as they can say, through tax, people then pay tax, as the case may be, then the activity is forgone. Then if that not happen, it means that the ministry go there, the government go down say, would they do A, B, C, D, but if that money not available, the activity not go on. And honestly, that's some of the challenges we don't affect in this country. We are not short of policy, we are not short of activity plan. All the things that they can do. Go to parliament, we announce them. But if money no day, forgive to the MDAs, activities, the people them go feel the pinch. You don't understand? And one of the problems, well, I'm not going to call them problems, one of the biggest challenges over the years, this is not about would have been a power, but the country waited on the go through. One of the challenges has been over the years this. When would they budget, we know they be intentional as to waiting realistic na the gone. What we really feel say would they able to achieve. Now, with all these budgets then they put together, so how many people really where we feel say locally go able for pay tax? You get people that will be say then they work, then they pay them government workers, then they pay them huge money, some of them then they pay them better. Me we sit down here, not to boast, but then they cut from his salary tax, because now that I believe say as a Sierra Leonean will for pay NRA pay as you earn. That they go towards the government. But these are the things some government MDAs where you ask them, but why this not then they frown at you. Where as Sierra Leone they contribute for let the country go before. But for now we engage in that kind of dialogue, then they are waiting really at the problem we make this service owner for provide will not able to get her. Then they frown at me. And sometimes the lack of honesty as well, say we're not able to forget the complete money, now make this activity we're not able for achieve them in no day. And if the fund that tell you say we constrain, financially constrained, then that simply means say the document go later under the activities go there and that will not able to achieve them. So this is something where I think the government got for look into, especially like the area where then they say this now we own area where we really want for ensure say we don't promise Sierra Leoneans say we want for really hit the if not 99% let governments come in.
All right, in as much as governments don't give money, but do you think these guys are able to deliver well? You think say they don't deliver over the years because we reckon about money then they don't call government don't get any. Of course, government don't try on level best for like they ensure say they put proper action in place. But do you think they deliver well?
Delivery is a whole total other thing where we if we sit down at next month we they talk about delivery. We come to delivery in Sierra Leone. There's a huge problem. Okay. Yeah? Now Sierra Leone they see then they pay somebody for walkway for do where you go watch a day per watch film. If they left the walkway they do they watch Nigeria film. If they watch them for 1 hour, 2 hours, like say no get film now also. If they happen na offices na Sierra Leone here. Let nobody not ask me now outside. I mean, this is just so waiting that mean it simply means if you can work for 8 hours, okay, then you can watch film for 2 hours. Yeah, that simply means 8 minus 2. Now 6 hours now you work for, yeah, but now 8 hours then go for pay you for. And if you tell that person say, "Well, work the way you for do it, they vex back." So I think attitude gets for change a bit in that regard. It's not just the monitoring because the pressure can be on the leaders. Monitor, you staff them, they're not a monitor. Most times, yes, we monitoring system in 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, somebody go say now because of we not go IT it's proper something that's not the problem. But if we change our attitude, we take and say, are they left now us for go work? Are really they deliver? You can able for do that you small work where they do. But equally as well, we go for monitor. Now the ministries they are. But also, I mean, that's another cost because even like we say you the work now, pass that person go for come again, the monitor you to not pay you before you do waiting, you contract say or waiting you then at the office for. That is not called for. We are not making any progress. In other words, now like some people then in our office, they not really know waiting and they do not that office, they're waiting there for doing that office, then they're not qualified. Therefore, they for commodity. What's a qualification? I'm not talking about what you go study, what you paper say, the delivery now they talk about. Because when your attitude correct, yeah, even when you meet up, you degree, first degree holder or master's holder, the attitude way correct, the mindset, they will not know what they do, they able for deliver. Get that teamwork, you get the vision, say yes, we want to achieve, we want let Sierra Leone go before. Yeah, you they do all your best, like tomorrow not again, today na last day, they do all what I go for do. Tomorrow back wake I want to do all what I can so that we able for hit the goal. So these are some of the challenges. So the money is a challenge. Okay. We get huge challenge for raise funds locally, but also for me, I wish the ministers then, members of parliament, they will just come one day, let us slash power salary 30%, let go towards development. I mean, I they look forward to them 10 a day, where like ministers then go come, members of parliament then go come. Yes, only we don't agree. We members of parliament, let us slash from our salary, let go towards these budgets, not able for hit target. Let Sierra Leoneans, let the country go before let Sierra Leoneans then benefit. Ministers
a lot of people they don't anticipate for that, but it not happen. We not see the materialize.
I wish it's a wish.
Okay.
I hope people that way they listen then go able for also take that. I know it will be a very difficult situation for some people because then get them plan and the rest of it. But I want to believe say if we take 30%, just 30%, okay, and cut some of them extra benefits, then they wait on the add. Just say we'll not get better money, Sierra Leone. We won't let the country go before. Lord police force. I mean that's it will be a landmark. It will really help, and the money they use them accordingly because it's one thing again, the money available, how then they use the money, it's another thing again. Because anytime we audit reports they come on at this country, where they see, I mean, the headache. Just when you get the audit report, now whole headache again. We say money go unaccounted for, money the way they not account for, it's a whole thing. For the layman, they don't understand. Yeah. Then they say, oh, we money not in this country, the money not in. But I don't want for believe so. The kind of money way they go on now. Now they see people the way they come out England, America, China, the motor car wey dem no dey use, you dey see somebody wey we employ na then they help you for law we run with country. In they get 2 of them kind motor car dey. You can imagine. So if we really want less Sierra before, that motor car, you don't buy 1, you don't buy 2. Who say you pull that money? And at the country this, where somebody they inside Porsche Jeep, then you know for ask some question.
Exactly. That brings me to the point, because you made mention of 3 things. You talk of delivery, attitude, and that of the monitor. Yeah, but let us start first for talk about the monitor.
Okay.
Do you think, because I think ACC, well, when it comes to playing roles, they get responsibility in this. But do you think ACC is doing their job in terms of doing monitoring and, investigating issues of such?
Honestly, if we go for really serve with conscience, right? For me, first time in the history, I go say ACC they do well. However, ACC not get the capacity. Let them just be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. ACC not get the capacity for cut across, for begin to monitor all across the MDAs, and sometimes now feedback then they get. Sometimes now people and they call them, give them information, and even that information back then go for drill into for find out what really they go. Do they have the capacity? Imagine. Within at this office, if we get the right attitude, we say this now with vision, now this we want for achieve. Why we need ACC here? Why somebody need for invite ACC here? Sometimes I for just can launch a program, can make statements, we sometimes in good relationship. Why we need the ACC for can investigate? So the attitude what they talk about is related directly. So ACC as well, then they do their job, but do they have the capacity? And we they talk about ACC today more because the awareness done there now. Then you go in a village and go tell you about anti-corruption. So that awareness we done there, it means a pressure go there upon them for let them do more. But do they have the capacity?
Well, that's not a question for another day. But again, do you think attitude is a problem?
For me, yes, it's one of the problems. With attitude. We get some people in our authority with selfish, then greed. That attitude go for change. Why me need for kind of power this now we own tone? That thought for change. It's not about we own tone. Yes, this now your opportunity for lack contribute for less go before. That should be the mindset. It's not about now we own turn. Then at this power, the president go fire me anytime from now. If I not do it, I go for do. That's now out of insecurity. People like even go ahead. They even money winner for millions of people. Money winner for orphans. Money winner for use for help the widows. Money winner for use for help the poor people. Out of insecurity, where people then get opportunity, then they siphon that. Then they snap back. They see them people and they suffer. Hypocritically, then they say, hey, we're sorry for them people and they. So the mindset really got for change going forward because we all get good for play.
All right, continue for stories. Let me quick gonna studio 2. The Chief Minister David Senge don't say governments don't they make sure say they involve the main opposition party and other development partners and for government development plan them as way for help maintain the peace and development in the country. I'm very part of this and I'm gonna report.
The Ministry of Information and Civic Education, when I want a government body, we get a mandate for update the public about how government, ministries and departments they can do their work in the country. We make as part of the ministry in work. The ministry been organized the feature of Peace and National Cohesion Town Hall meeting after 20 years where the late Dr. Ahmed Tijan Kaba be declared say the 11 years civil war done as alone. But this being term, as way for keep the peace, the country don't be the current chair na the United Nations Security Council. For sake of this, make plenty journalists and development partners them be they part of the meeting for discuss the peace and national cohesion na the country. And the team for this event now waiting we for do together for cultivate the culture and feature peace na Salone. Inside your own talk, the Chief Minister Dr. David Senge talk about how the government of Salone are able for maintain the peace and national security na the country.
So the important element with this government here they promote now for make sure say women them and young people them get peace. Now inside the same hall here, the Ministry of Information bring we recently from where we can launch the civic strategy. The minister say, they ask, I don't know how many, thousands of people in all across the country on which thing will be the pillar then. One of the pillar then, the first pillar, now radical inclusion. You know they talk about peace if you not believe in radical inclusion. Because the principle of radical inclusion, they say, elect me and you, the feds, elect you in the opposition, elect me, I hate you. Elect you in a bad person, I still sit down with you and listen to you. It say the people that were not there inside this room, would they make sure, say, would they break the walls of this room, yeah, so more people than go come inside. It say it don't matter whether you poor or you the far side. It don't matter whether you na person will get disability. They no one they can see, you know they're at table. The principle of radical inclusion say you for them at that table there. So, not to me, put her inside there. Not to the minister, put her inside there. Now, the people of this country, now then say it's important for we civic education, say inclusion. However you want call her. But inclusion, now a central piece to how we national cohesion for take place. Means say, no matter you color, no matter your gender, no matter your age, you for reach your highest potential.
The United Nations representative Rudolf Schwenk say the United Nations will continue for support Salon for maintain peace and national cohesion in the country.
Sierra Leone has really come a long way, and there has been a special relationship with the United Nations. There has been a close partnership supporting the post-war recovery and peace-building efforts. And as you said, it started in 1998 with an observer mission. It morphed into a peacekeeping mission for several years, for 7 years actually, and then ended with a peace-building office that then handed over, if you wish, the responsibility to national institutions and the people of the country in 2014, which means it was a certification that the country has matured. And that, I think, is very, very special. So these missions have helped Sierra Leone to stabilize and support the recovery from the civil war.
When we talk, the Director General at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation talk about how the government don't work with other international partners then for able to get seats in the United Nations Security Council.
That President Bio don't come out, he don't make that powerful statement on spotlighting the historical injustice where then be left Africa being. We will not get no seat in the permanent category of the UN Security Council, where the most powerful organ of the UN, where they talk about maintenance of international peace and security. So this part of the future, now a deal, and it's under negotiations right now. In fact, the third revised version, then get for adoption shortly in readiness for the leaders there for go endorse. President Bio will be one of the leaders that will endorse this deal for multilateral cooperation and how we build on the lessons that we don't learn, especially with Sierra Leone, a post-conflict country. One of the key priorities now the Security Council, we're in peace and security. And then we are talking about United Nations reform inside the Security Council.
Plenty development partners will be the part of this meeting. They pledge for maintaining the peace and national cohesion in the country. For Liberty Online TV, me, David Yankee Sise, the report.
All right, as the program still continue, remember still spinning the program, I get Priest Tommy Williams, the director of Lifeline Nehemiah Projects, we're with me today in the studio for help me analyze things that will happen inside the week. And you don't listen to, of course, the Chief Minister's speech, Prince. In 1 minute or 2 minutes, tell me, do you think this government is inclusive?
I think that's a personal opinion. I would say to some extent, then they do their best for do inclusivity. Okay. But I think more they will need for do, because this is a new culture in governance in Sierra Leone. So for me, more day where they need for do for let people are able really understand and begin to see the benefits. And the benefits about this, where then they talk about, you get the mid-term and long-term, we're not able to see now, but I think more day where they need for do. That's just what I would say. But also when the chief minister, they talk about peace for the woman there and the young people there. Okay. I think even down there, for them just narrow down there to just the woman there but I don't know if it means now that then the focus at.
Yeah, because waiting on for ask now when it comes to violence in the nation, well, not a woman and girl picking then they perpetrate peace now. They perpetrate in violence now mostly demand them.
Yeah, but who are the big players behind the scene? And most times now that they can forget. I can always engage young people. Just a phone call. They get big people, they sit on our office, just a phone call, they pull 1,000 young people in our street. Yeah. Right now, matter the way they per address, where people they sit on our office, they try for Ignite Youth there. That's unfair. But now the youth there now would they end up forget the bad name because they not get the awareness, they not get the education. So it got for take time. You know how painfully they for over 2 years would they engage some young people and no more, let they able for maintain peace in their community. So this what they talk, it's not just the youth. Now I make just they say, I don't know what waiting the chief minister mean, where it's a woman there and youth there. Young people, I think the right word are young people. All
right, thank you very much, Priest Tommy Williams, the director of Lifeline Neymar Project. Of course, you don't do it me today in the studio for helping for talk about plenty of things that will happen inside the week. But viewers and listeners, remember saying so we'll bring down the content for the edition of the program, and when we come this edition of the program in the video case, they say goodbye until we meet again for another exclusive edition of the Liberty Review. Tata.
This is the Liberty Review with me, Princess Pias.
This is the Liberty Review with me, Mohamed Kamara.
This is the Liberty Review with me, Mariatu Sheriff.
Inside this program, we go look at plenty things them will happen in the salon throughout the week.
Things like politics, sports, courts, the environment, disability, woman and girl picking them business, and plenty other issues them.
So